Hello everyone, this is Bhuvneshwari from Department of Civil Engineering. In this session, we are going to learn about what are the techniques of jacking. For around 30 years, the box jacking techniques has found wide use in Europe, India and many other countries. First we have to know what is the necessity of these techniques of jacking techniques. When the increasing demands for various forms of transport infrastructure to be constructed in congested locations or below the existing facilities, the need to be able to install large structures without destruction is a growing need. Doing the work by traditional construction methods create major disruptions and delays to the community. The jacking of large boxes to create an underpass below a railway track or road without destruction is the main necessity of this technique. Definition: the jacking of large boxes to create an underpass below a rail track road without disruption. It is a process in which precast RCC box, or it may be a rigid box, or the pipe is pushed into the soil with the help of hydraulic jacks. It is a non-intrusive method. It is more often used when a subway or an aqueduct or a underground structure is to be constructed. It enables the traffic flow without disruption. Next, the types of underjacking. First one is box jacking, second arch, and then pipe jacking. Let me see one by one. First, let me see about what is the box jacking technique. In the RCC box jacking techniques, box shaped tunnels are prefabricated units which are pushed into the soil by hydraulic jack. First, the box section is designed and it may be cast at the site, or it may be cast at the plant, and it can be transported to the site according to the requirement. The foundation boxes are jacked into the ground, designed to carry the dead load as well as the live load. Then the high capacity jacks are placed at the back and it pushes the box into the ground. The purpose designed tunneling shield is provided in the front end. Then the box is jacked carefully through the earth. Excavation and jacking are done in small increments in advance. Measures should be taken to prevent the soil being dragged towards the box. If we see the image, here we can see the box jacking techniques. Initially, the soil is excavated at the advancing phase by manual means or by using backhoes. To avoid settlement of the overlaying road or rail track, soil is excavated after it enters the cutting head. The box jacking supports the soil simultaneously. Excavation ahead of the cutting is avoided. The cutting head is moved forward in small increments to avoid any heaving of the road or rail track. In addition to that, without stabilizing the soil, the box techniques would cause the superstructure to settle, threatening structure failure. Next type is pipe jacking method. It is a process of simultaneously jacking the pipe. In case of RCC, we have to jack the box. Like that, in pipe jacking method, we have to jack the pipe through the earth while removing the earth inside the box by means of a rotating auger. Here they are using rotating auger to remove the earth to fit the pipe inside the ground. Pipe jacking is differentiated from horizontal earth boring, which means in the sense that pipe jacking requires workers inside the pipe. Although it is possible to install pipes up to 60 inch using the horizontal earth boring method, it should be classified as horizontal earth boring if the excavation is done by a cutting head and the soil is removed by the augers or by any means which does not require workers inside the pipe. The process involves a simple cyclic procedure of utilizing the thrust power of hydraulic jacks to force the pipe forward. In unstable conditions, the face is excavated simultaneously with the jacking operation to minimize the amount of over excavation and the risk to face the collapse. In stable ground conditions, excavation may precede the jacking process if necessary. The soil is removed through the inside of the pipe to the jacking pit. After a section of pipe has been installed, the ramps are retracted and another joint is placed into position so that the thrust operation can be started again. The first step in any pipe jacking operation is site selection and equipment selection based upon the site requirements. A pipe jacking should be planned properly for a smooth operation. The site must provide the space for storage of and handling of pipes, hoisting equipments for the pipes, spoil storage and handling facilities, and so on. If adequate space is available, a big jacking pit is preferred so that longer pipe segments can be jacked, and so the total project duration can also be reduced. The jacking pit size is the function of the pipe diameter as well as the length of the pipe segment, and then the shield dimension, jack size, thrust wall design, pressure rings, and then guide rail system. The space available at the sites governs the selection of all the above components which I have listed. So this can be successfully used in any kind of soil conditions. Let me see the procedure of jacking the pipe. The usual procedure in jacking concrete pipe is to equip the leading edge with a cutter or shoe to protect the pipe. A succeeding length of pipes are added between the lead pipe and the jacks and the pipe jacked forward. Soil is excavated and removed through the pipe, and then the material is trimmed with care, and excavation does not precede the jacking operation more than necessary. Such a procedure usually results in minimal distance of natural soil adjacent to the pipe. So let me see the step by step of jacking of concrete pipe under the ground. In the first step, the pits are excavated on each side. The jacks will bear against the back of the left pit, so a steel or wood abutment is added for reinforcement. And then a simple track is added to guide the concrete pipe section. The jacks are positioned in place on supports. A section of concrete pipe is lowered into the pit. The jacks are operated pushing the pipe section forward, and then the jack ramps are retracted and a spacer is added between the jacks and the pipes. The jacks are operated and the pipe is pushed forward again. And then it may become necessary to repeat the above steps, as I have said, from the excavation up to the jacking procedure. Several times the steps have to be repeated until the pipe is pushed forward enough to allow the room for the next section of the pipe. Another one thing, it is extremely important, therefore, that the strokes of the jacks be as long as possible to reduce the amount of time as well as the cost of the project. The ideal situation would be to have the jack stroke longer than the pipe to completely eliminate the need for spacers. The next section of the pipe is lowered into the pit, and the above steps have to be repeated until the entire operation is to be complete. These are the problems which have been encountered in the jacking: settlement of the above ground, seepage of groundwater, caving in of soil, etc. To overcome those problems, we have to freeze the ground. Freezing of ground. So what is meant by freezing of ground? This method is used when we encounter the problem of groundwater seepage or otherwise settlement of the ground. In this method, a brine solution is continuously passed through the pipes fixed in the soil. The solution may be a calcium chloride brine solution which is circulated through them. Mobile refrigeration plants are to be connected to the service pipe, and then the chilled calcium chloride brine solution is circulated through them. The resultant cooling converts in situ pore water into ice. This ice acts as a bonding agent and increases the strength of the ground. Ground freezing's effectiveness is unaltered in these unpredictable ground conditions, and additionally, Once removed, the ground freezing technique causes no lasting environmental impact. Freezing also provides the greatest degree of assurance on the ground be stabilized. The spacing of the freezing pipe will vary according to the type of the soil, its permeability and other factors. Generally, it has been spaced at every 1.2 meter intervals between the pipes. So what are the problems in freezing? The main problems in freezing method is the upheaving of the above ground. To avoid the upheavement problem, we should be careful in ground freezing process and the temperature of the brine solution. So the temperature of the brine solution plays an important role in the freezing of the ground. So we have learned about what is the pipe jacking method and then RCC box jacking method. Let me see what are the advantages and disadvantages. In advantages, initially the box jacking techniques offers a lot of economic and technical advantage, and it can be used to create structures such as underpass, transport tunnels and even metro stations, because the cost of the surface disruption is significant and it needs to be avoided. Duration of speed restriction is also less. Minimum disturbance to the track geometry. Rarely traffic block is required, which means no disruption of traffic, no need to divert the traffic, and we can complete the project within the duration. And then here the disadvantages are listed. The cost of the project increases, and it needs skilled persons, because to operate that machines we need skilled laborers, and then safety precautions to be done properly, because we are working under the ground, so the safety precaution is to be done properly. Hope you all understand what is the techniques of jacking in both RCC and pipe jacking. It meets in next session. Thank you.